Hi, my name is Agata. Welcome in Agata's Cottage. It's time for Friday Sews. As you know, hashtag Friday Sews was started by Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room. Thank you, Jen, for organizing this hashtag. I love watching Friday Sews videos, they are one of my favorite. Thank you everyone for comments on my recent videos, for all messages, likes, and for a few new subscribers. I'm very happy you are here with us. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you very much. I appreciate you spend your time with me. I had a week that basically caused me to doubt any of my skills and any of my future in sewing. It's I think we all have weeks like that. But anyway, last Saturday, actually I started on Thursday, I started working on hoodie for Chris. As I mentioned before, Chris was sick. He is better, but he is just getting better. So I finished his hoodie on Saturday. It was 1:45. I don't know why every few minutes there was something going wrong, and I made that pattern, I made this hoodie so many times I could make it with my eyes closed. I don't know what the story was, and it was just the start of mountain of problems. I will pop the picture of the hoodie somewhere here. So hoodie is hacked pattern of Ellie and Mac. I made it multiple times before, so I removed the color blocking, I added kangaroo pocket, and I changed the hood to be scuba type hood with functional drawstrings. Chris actually wore it to work today and he loved it. The fabric I used is a French terry. It's called Fantasy, I think it's Midnight French terry from Ecobee. He likes it. It was his Father's Day gift. We had other plans for making gifts, but you know, life happens, and especially when husband is sick, you have more work than when the kids are sick. Anyway, I haven't done any sewing on Sunday, and I went back to it on Monday. And on Monday, I started working on pattern that I mentioned last week on New Look 6216 and View B. So this view. This pattern was recommended by Carole from Sew Carole multiple times. I sew up the top, I put it on, and I almost cried. It was way too big, and basically the neckline was huge. It doesn't look like it on the model, and I went with my measurements. Let me see. So my bust is 44. Bust here is 40 inches, so basically 4 inches different. The finished garment measurements are 45, so I should have tiny bit of ease, but I actually had a lot of ease. And I used the proper seam allowance, so it wasn't a matter of the seam allowance or something. It was just the neckline was going here. I almost cried because I loved this fabric so much, and it's just so beautiful that I didn't know what to do. I decided I'm gonna sleep on it. Now, next thing that I worked on is here, and that's one big sewing fail. If you watched my Friday sew from last week, you heard about this blazer. So that's Elevated Blazer by Ellie and Mac. I cut it out last year in too big size, and it's still too big, even though I grew maybe not the full size but half of the size, and it's a bit too oversized. So that's one of the problems. And like in general, it's a very pleasant pattern, it's very nice. So I did broke a needle. Actually, needle snap in three parts, which was very unusual. I never done it before, but I was trying to do top stitching on very bulky seam here, and it was needle size 80, and it just wasn't suitable for so many layers, so it snapped. I will show you what my main problem is. So I lift Ruby as much as I could, and then I actually moved the um, blazer so you can see. I did something with the facing, and I'm sure it's not pattern fault, because I seen multiple versions from multiple people. They all are perfect. I just did something when I did the facing. I don't know how, but I potentially stretch it. So uh, the fabric that I use is, it's kind of French terry. It's definitely not just cotton. It's some kind of cotton poly blend, and you know, I had it in my stash for ages, um, and it's just it's not precious to me whatsoever. So I did wanted to do it as a trial version, and something happened. So I unpicked one side, and a little bit of wave is coming down, but I think I need to unpick up to the top and sew the facing again, and not to stretch. I assume I stretch it somehow, and yeah, it's I spent 3 days on this blazer. So by Thursday morning, so I was sewing Tuesday afternoon, Wednesday afternoon, and Thursday morning, and I really wanted to cry. Everything was like, no, it's just not working the way it's supposed to. In addition to being too big, the facing not working is actually extremely awkward length on me. So what I'm thinking, and it's not gonna be fixed anytime soon, I'm gonna unpick all this. I'm gonna unpick the pockets and remove the pockets, and I'm gonna shorten it to be high hip, low waist kind of length, so I can wear it comfortably with high waisted trousers. We will see at this stage. If I wasted the fabric, then it's just lesson learned. I'm not ready yet for blazers, and or at least not in the stretchy fabrics. We will see. So as I mentioned, this was one big disappointment. I will get back to it at some point, but I need a few days off to kind of cool down and stop being annoyed with it. Next thing I made is t-shirt for Alice. I used pattern for color blocked tee by Ellie and Mac. She likes the fit. I just basically overlap the pattern pieces to avoid color blocking, and fabric is from Ecobee, and bias tape, there's a kitty bias tape from Specky Seamstress. And as mentioned, I had a week when it was just things weren't going the way they supposed to. When I was sewing this, my overlocker started to have problems with tension, partially because I haven't cleaned it in good 2 weeks, and it's my own fault because I couldn't be bothered to change thread, so I was paying for it. Then when I thought, I'm gonna finish the neckline, I was originally planning to use darker color for the neckline, but Alice decided she prefers the bright one. I was too lazy to change the thread, and I didn't have enough of this to cut in one piece, so I will have one seam. I had to cut it in two pieces, and you can see here markings from the dark thread because I was doing hems, and as I mentioned, I was thinking, I'm not gonna change thread just for those tiny two bits, because I will need to sew the bias tape anyway. So, in fairness, from this side, you won't be able to see because she will be wearing it. and if someone is close enough to see it at the back, they are definitely too close for my liking. So yeah, it turned out super cute. She's very excited. She will be wearing this on Sunday to her birthday party. Her birthday is not for another month. However, we learned over years that a lot of her classmates, friends, like girls from her class, are going away during summer, or they are away during time when her birthday is. The next thing I made is upcycle. Uh, I got this fabric actually as a t-shirt, adult size t-shirt, but the cropped tee in one of the charity shops, and it was brand new with tags. However, it had some markings. It looks like someone bought it, spilled some tea, and it wasn't usable. So it was originally adult size L. It's 100% cotton. It's from Dunster. So Dunster is Irish brand, and I when I saw it, I thought it will go perfectly with the mini capsule I made for her. So I used the same pattern as I did the kitty fabric, so color blocked tee by Annie and Mac. I made basically cap sleeves because the markings were on the sleeves. I kept original hem here and original neckline, so as you see it was cropped version, and it's perfect on her. She said it's very cute. It is a bit lightweight, and it's not as good quality jersey as it is from Ecobee, but it will last her this summer, and there's I couldn't ask for more. I also worked on secret project I'm doing for collaboration with my dear friend Tiffany, and you can watch this video on Tuesday. I will be actually recording it when I'm finished here, while I remember what I'm wearing. So it's the Kilimanjaro dress. Pattern is from Ottobre magazine. I made it a few weeks ago and I love it. In general, I don't get many chances to wear it because of Irish weather, but we are in for a heat wave. So we're supposed to get 24 degrees on Sunday, which is basically kind of roasting. So I cannot wait. That's all the things that I made. What are my plans for next week? So I have two dresses for Project Dress a Girl cut out, and I want to sew them up next week, hopefully on Tuesday. Um, Tomorrow Alice has a lot of activities, so I will be a driver and I will be finishing the cake in the afternoon. On Sunday we have a party. On Monday I'm going to school to help with sorting out some school equipment, and in the afternoon Alice has appointment, so there will be no chance for sewing for me. So hopefully I will be sewing on Tuesday. So I want to do those two dresses, and I will be also working on gifts for my friend's son. So I have two jumpers cut out for him, but I want to make a set for him with a hoodie. I have gorgeous fabric from Ecobee for it. It's very colorful, so I cannot wait to make it for him. Plus, of course, if I will have time, I need to work on small apples for teachers. We will see, because life got extremely busy, so I don't know if it's gonna happen. So, life updates. In general, it's extremely busy period. There is a lot of things happening in school, and I'm active member of the Parents Association. Therefore, I do go to school often. It's end of school year is always on a go. We will see how I get on with my sewing. I do hope I will fit everything in. Do you have any sewing plans for next week? I would appreciate if you would let me in the comments what you are sewing and what you are hoping to make. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget, clean your sewing machine and change your needle. Happy sewing. Bye. What my